Hello, I'm Scuba Gabuga, and welcome to my first ever Game Jam experience. For anybody who doesn't know what a Game Jam is, it's a contest where you have to create a game in the allotted time period based on a theme. I chose this jam because it's quite long, 10 days long, whereas most ones are 2 days. Also, this one is based on a genre, in this case a bullet hell, which makes coming up with ideas easier. And I don't think creating a bullet hell will be that hard. Anyways, it's almost 11 o'clock where I am. I thought this was going to reveal at 12, but I guess not. It reveals at 5 in the morning, and I am not waking up for that. Just pretend that this is a live reveal. Alright, the theme is unstable. Okay. After a bit of thinking, I came up with an idea. I didn't even work on the project today, man. I sacked this day for fun. It's a disaster already. Let's get started. I made this simple setup. Each bullet has a collider, a rigid body, and a script that moves it every frame. On the bullet boundary, there's a script with an on exit, which returns the bullet back to the object pool. Here's a neat implementation of the start pattern I made. Firstly, it calculates the starting points in a circle. Next, it shoots out the two legs, lerping from the starting point angle to the center angle. Finally, it shoots the center points. This easing function right here helps make it look like a proper star. I can't really explain it. It's something to do with the angles or the speed or whatever. This is the star with the easing, and this is without. It doesn't really shoot out a perfect star, but it's good enough. If I activate everything at once, it lags pretty bad. There's around 1,000 bullets, and I'm getting around 30 FPS. As you can see in the profiler, the physics, indicated by the orange on the graph, is taking up most of the CPU, which is lagging the game. So for the first optimization, I'll completely remove the built-in physics and check if the bullet is near the player or outside the boundary, then return it to the pool. Now in the update, it loops through all bullets and does the proximity checks. If I were to have many objects that the bullets can interact with, this would be abysmal. But since I only have one, it's fine. Now it gets approximately 170 FPS with the same amount of bullets. It runs way better than before, but still could use some improvements. Now, instead of looping through all the bullets to check if they're in range of the player or outside the boundary, I'll put them into a spatial partition grid. In short, you get all the objects, put them into a grid. Now, with the object you are checking, you get the cell it occupies and its adjacent cells. Then you do any logic. In this case, all the bullets are circles, so I will just check the distance between them. That didn't really improve it much. It's still around the same FPS. However, if I were to add many objects that could collide with the bullet, this would be much better. I think this is all I can do for optimization without using Unity dots, ECS, or burst, because I have no clue how to use those. And finally, to end the day off, I made a simple parallax. I made a new system for the game. I call it an augment system, or at least that's what it's called in the game I yoinked this from. In my game, every so often, as the unstable mechanic, you will be able to choose a random weapon from a pool. Each weapon shoots bullets that can hit the boss, but can also hit you. So by picking a weapon that shoots a lot of projectiles, there are more chances that the boss will get hit, but also making it harder for you to dodge. I did some searching for bullet hell patterns and stumbled across this video. I thought it'd be pretty neat to add words or letters to the patterns, but then I'd have to create each letter manually to save their positions, so I decided not to. Wait, what does that say?
Young man, kill yourself!
Thanks, Gordon Ramsay. Nothing else much to showcase today, just made some more bullet patterns and a simple main menu. I have been tweaking this one script containing all the weapon data for so long. I cleaned everything so there are no more hard-coded values. Each weapon now holds their own data. Added some sound effects, added warnings for the on-screen spawning projectiles. It's all just super tedious. I tried randomizing the weapons so that each level they got a little bit harder. So let's say this weapon shoots 3 projectiles at a speed of 2 meters per second. On level up, it will randomly reroll all its stats so that the total value will equal the level based on some ratios. So now it shoots 2 projectiles at 3.5 meters per second, or something like that. But this is almost impossible with the amount of variables I need to change per weapon. So instead, each weapon will have an on level up callback, and will only change a few variables linearly. This also makes it way easier to balance. And now I have to edit this whole script again. In these past few days, I also created the one song track for this game. I think I need to learn music theory. I spent the last 2 days doing some final touches and editing the video. I was going to set the last day aside to edit the video and finalize everything, but good thing I didn't. This took way longer than expected. I think for first game jam, this didn't turn out too bad. I could have done way better if I didn't have this massive dent in my head. The first few days, besides the day I skipped, were peak performance. I did the majority of the work in those days. Then it was all downhill from there. For the next game jam I participate in, I'm not going to try to get the video out with the game. It just took way too much of my time. I also really didn't have a plan. I just worked on any component I felt like. Anyways, I think I'm done with this project for now. I might revisit this in the future and add more stuff and polish it. That's it for the vid. Share, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for watching.